Hey pretties, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for clicking this video. Since you're here, I would appreciate if you go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It means $1,000,000 to me. It's worth $1,000,000 to me, and it's absolutely free to use, so go ahead and do that. I got this topic from another weight loss vlogger. Her name is Cluzy L. If you don't know her and you're in the weight loss community, what are you doing? But seriously, you definitely should subscribe to her channel. So the topic is, as you can see, it is about teenagers having weight loss surgery. And I would even want to just talk about it more, even into the young adult side, being that I had decided to have surgery when I was 22. That is pretty young on the spectrum from what I've seen. Most of the people are like in their upper 20s or 30 and up. So I just wanted to just add my 2 cents, what I feel, and I wanted to see what y'all had to say as well. So definitely talk to me down below in the comments, talk to each other. Let's get a little dialogue on. I mean, I'm all for good dialogue. So my opinion, I definitely think that being a teenager is really hard. And I will say being a teenager and being overweight is even harder, okay? Now, I'm not saying that when you're overweight, this is the only thing that you can be picked on or bullied about, because obviously there are people who, are skinny that are picked on. There's people who are picked on because of their skin color, their sexuality. There's many things people are picked on, okay? But I can only really talk about the things that resonate with me. Now, in high school, okay, let's go back. I was always one of the biggest people in class until I got to high school. And, in high school, things did not get easier for me at all. Weight was just a really big factor. And I can remember being in the 10th grade, and I would listen to the song I'm Pretty by TLC. And it just really resonated with me one day. And I listened to that song about 25 times. And I cried my eyes out because it was just how I felt inside. It was how I felt. I felt like I was trapped inside this body. I felt like it was years of eating, generational eating. I come from a family, in my immediate family, we're all pretty much overweight. And it was just a lot of eating. My mom worked a lot, so I spent a lot of time eating a lot of fast things like that, and not eating the most nutritious things. And I'm not just gonna blame everything on my family or anything like that, because they definitely didn't hold a gun up to me like, "Girl, eat that donut." Like, no, it wasn't like that. But of course, certain things just kind of get ingrained in your head, and your eating habits is one of them. That's why I think it's so important to teach a child early what their eating habits should be or what's appropriate. And I just don't feel like I personally ever learned what was appropriate. So in turn, I gained a lot of weight. I remember being about 300 pounds in high school. And at this point, I decided, I didn't know anything about weight loss surgery. There was social media, internet, all that was just starting to get big, believe it or not, when I was in 10th grade, okay? It was just starting to get to be the big platform it is now, where you just go on the internet with all your problems and you type it into Google, because it wasn't that way for me like in middle school and elementary like it is for my brothers and sisters. So I didn't know anything about weight loss surgery. I didn't at all. Had I known about it, I would have definitely considered it and asked my mother for it. And I just think it's kind of selfish for parents to have these children that are growing up, and they have all this access to all this information, and they're able to see these surgeries as a solution, as a tool, as something that can fix a big problem, because overeating and food addiction is a problem. And most people who overeat, I can't speak for everyone, but you have food addiction. I had a food addiction. I still have a food addiction. Surgery didn't make the food addiction go away, but surgery definitely did help with the food addiction. So I think if that teen is looking and searching enough and doing his or her research and finding people, I'm all for teens being able to make that decision to have weight loss surgery, because it's hard. It's hard being plus size. It's hard being plus size as 18. And you know, I know that there would be people who will advocate, you know, loving your body and loving yourself and loving, and I get all that. I really, really do. But, you know, you can love yourself into a better version of you. And that's just how I feel. You know, I love myself at a size 24. I love myself at a size 18 I am now. I'll love myself once I get down to a 16 and a 14 and a 12 and a 10. I will still always love myself. I will love myself into the best version of me. I love myself to know that I'm not the best version of me, if that makes sense. So I definitely think that teenagers of today are capable of making that decision. I'm all for teenagers having weight loss surgery. I know that there are risks and things like that. So definitely if you're a teen and you're thinking about it, go ahead and tell your parents, get them, you know, informed. And if you're a parent, consider it, you know. It may be easier, and I know that's another thing. Sometimes it's a little harder to understand if your parents are not overweight as well. As I said before, my mom had weight loss surgery before me, so that really kind of gave me to another push, another reason. But I couldn't imagine, you know, if my mom was average size, you know, normal weight, and I was plus size. And I'll see that a lot too with teens. They'll say the parents just don't understand. You have to kind of really put yourself into their shoes. And I know it's hard to understand when you've been a normal weight your whole entire life. You know, you don't go up with weight except for pregnancies, but as a teen, it can be very, very, very hard. And I know that the parent may sometimes feel like, oh, just, you know, eat less and work out more. But if it was really that simple, do you really think it would be some people overweight? Seriously? Do you think so? No, I don't think so. But yeah, I'm all for it. I want to know, what are y'all opinions though? What do y'all think about teenagers having weight loss surgery? Do y'all think it's absurd? Do y'all think it's something we should, you know, teens should do? Do you think they should just diet and exercise? Let me know your take down below. And also tell me how old you were when you had weight loss surgery. Were you in your 20s, or your 30s, your 40s, your 50s? Let's see, what's the average range age for people to have surgery? All right. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hope to get a lot of comments from y'all out there. Hope you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next video.